Uh-oh. Oh, you there? What up, Facebook? Shalom, shalom. It's your girl, Empress Jedi, the Rebel Rouser High Priestess of Ma'at. This is a Black Enlightenment production. Go ahead and say your prayers of protection. Most High be glorified, magnified, and praised. Say your prayers of protection, guys. Get those prayers in so that you... Ooh, we got a blessing jumping out before we even gather the cards. We'll take it. We'll take it. What about a blessing? What about a blessing? I like the way this is already going. Call in your protection, guys. You don't want to receive anything that's not yours. This should be confirmation for something you've already been rolling around in your heart and mind and spirit. There are the occasions when somebody speaks a prophecy and it doesn't, make sense when they say it, but later on you're like, oh, this was what they were talking about when I thought they were crazy. But in terms of these kinds of regular daily reads, collective reads, an occasional surprise might come out, but the read overall should have resonance. If it doesn't, then don't make it fit. Yeah. So here we go. Unless, of course, it's a higher timeline than what you're existing on, and then you can attach yourself to it, do the work in order to fit that timeline, then that's great. But when you're talking about drama unfolding and chaos and craziness and foolishness and fuckery, don't be attaching yourself to stories just because they're sensational, you know what I'm saying? Even if you hear that, like, oh, well, at the end of it all, there's a big old blessing for you and all that, like, because, you could attach yourself to some crazy story, and then, like, the blessing at the end of it all, the big old blessing for you at the end of it all could be to mind your business and to stay in your own lane. That's what happens when you attach yourself to what doesn't belong to you. So that's why I always suggest saying your prayers. Prayer of protection. Call in whoever it is that has protected you from disaster and deception in the past. Ask them to do so now. Right? All right. Word. Hallelujah. Spirit of truth, love, justice, wisdom, abundance, all things blissful, truly blissful. What about this blessing? Tell us about this blessing. Oh, you want to keep... Oh, gosh. I was just going to say you want to keep a secret, and then look what happens. All these cards jump out together. Well, a lot of them are kind of a little bit on the secret side, but arrogance is showing up. The blessing is somewhere there's arrogance, and then there's all this between this arrogance and this blessing. So let's see what's between arrogance and the blessing that's hiding, okay? It doesn't want to be seen, doesn't want to be talked about. Oh, somebody losing money or status. Like, okay, so this is the chair of affluence, right? This is like, this is like top of the, like, upper realms of the food chain, if you will, the social food chain. This is security. This is cowards. Okay, this way it's courage and call to action. This way it's like cowards or retreating or something. And seeing it's pointing that way, it could be a retreat. It's pointing toward the past, right? And democracy. So there, what? Between this arrogance and this treasure, we're going to line them up like this. Okay. So, some cowards working together. They work together. They're cowards, but this is like both of these are saying that, or maybe it's like democracy blocking a coward. I don't know. No, I get like this is some cowardly group working together. But their leader has fallen, maybe. Maybe the leader has fallen. So somehow arrogance, this is all blocking arrogance from a blessing. So I'm going to put them back. That's a lot going on. Okay, because that kind of all wanted to come out together. So I want to keep the energy kind of contained how they fell out, you know what I'm saying, so they don't bleed all over the board and confuse me. Wow, okay. Arrogance, oh, and look at that. Now look at how when I put the cards down, everything switched. Like I didn't put them down. I thought I was putting them down in the position that they came out, but wow, everything switched. arrogance. Everything switched. Right. So this arrogant force worked with all these people to, I don't know, to something about a blessing, to try to get a blessing probably, or to block a blessing. Either way, they're trying to get this blessing, and their leader being toppled, so that's probably this one. That's probably that arrogant one. It's the leader that's being toppled, right? And so then a next leader came into play. A next leader came into play that was upright, more upright. Wow. But less, when this leader came up, these both came like this. So this leader isn't as influenced by the group as the first, or the group doesn't have as much influence and this leader doesn't have as much influence. Like this leader is not really part of this group. This new leader that's, I guess, changed the dynamic of the group and has blocked this arrogant force from this blessing. Because remember, it's arrogance, this is between arrogance and the blessing. So, oh, and we got the star. Oh, shoot, guys, hot cards. All right, we got the star, and again, nobody's talking about this or you know, looking at this. Wow, the star is the one with all the ideas, divine insight, right? All right, so this is, yeah, divine insight and strategy. So somebody has like a download, right? A spiritual assignment that they understand, that the Most High gave them this strategy, right? They got this, pulled this strategy from the ethers for whatever is going on here. And I don't know if we're reading for the arrogant one. I don't know if we're reading for the group. I don't know if we're reading for the boss that's been toppled or the new boss that's in place. I don't know. But so far, boy, we jumped into something, haven't we? All right, what else is going on? So somebody has a divine strategy. Well, you know, the one thing for sure and two things for certain, the cure for haughtiness is certainly to take a fall from grace, you know. So some haughty person is apparently falling from grace and even losing their position of influence over people that they're used to having influence, and their word like having weight and that stuff's disappearing. Tell us more. What does this arrogant one have to do with this blessing? Spirit of truth, love, wisdom, righteousness. Wow. Okay. The blessing is attached to a woman. The blessing is attached to a woman and sharing power with her. And that's amplified. That's like a big deal. Whatever this big deal is about sharing power with her. So, and she's coming out here. So maybe this is the star energy. And maybe they stole her work. They stole her work. And they didn't, somebody took her work and didn't give credit. And then you end up, maybe this arrogant one is the one that stole the work. Right? Blocked the blessing by stealing the work and working with this other team as this false leader. Remember, she came out as a false leader. The team was intact. They were cowards, but they were certainly working together because it was like this, right? So the functioning of the team was working fine, but they were cowards and this leader was false. But then when we went to move it up into, just to tidy up the board, remember, the leaders, everything like shifted so that you had a strong leader, a strong, courageous leader that didn't work good in this crowd. So something happened there. But this blessing is attached to this feminine energy who's divine knowledge. This divine sent this through her. And this is about not sharing power. So this is like not, you know, people do it all the time. It's still your work. Run away with your work. Go try to do it themselves and just not give you any credit or not give you any say in how to implement it, things like that. I go through that all the time, okay? So somebody's dealing with that. Okay? All right, so tell us more. What else do we need to know? Spirit of truth, love, wisdom, divinity, bliss, balance. Talk to us. Gilgala, friend and master. Oh, and we've got one. It's in your hands. Huh? Something's in somebody's hands. Two good friends, but they're not such good friends because they're a little bit crooked. And they're attached to this blessing. So two crooked friends are attached to the blessing. Or maybe they don't know each other yet. Maybe there are two good friends that haven't met. And the love eye, which is distorted, and eloquence, which is also distorted. So that's where this is all going. So somebody doesn't love somebody and they don't know how to tell them. Or they could be breaking up. I don't love you anymore. And then, like, because this could be like hurtful words, or words that are hard to hear because upright. This is a talking drum. It represents eloquence, right? And we got technology. And you know what? I'm not surprised that technology is just happening. I don't even know where that card came from in my hand. You guys know? Did I pick it up from here? I don't know where. But anyway, we got technology there. And that's interesting because this whole read, I've been peeking over here at this stack. I don't know if can you guys see it? No. Now I'm knocking cards over. Anyway, this card, if you can see, that's the computer, has been on the top of this, and I've been peeking over at it, and it like keeps drawing my eyes to it. So I'm not at all, I wasn't going to mention it because it's just how the cards were left when I last used them. But that technology is coming out here. This might be like a very publicly embarrassing breakup for someone. Like it's either like it's something that happens and somebody gets it on video and it goes viral, or like somebody texts somebody, or somebody like gets online and sees their fiance at, in Aruba with some other person. And they are like, oh my God, I just saw pictures of you online of, you and Susie in Aruba. And he's like, oh yeah, I want a divorce. Or yeah, I don't think we want to go through with the wedding. I'm actually going to marry Susie. Like that kind of like technology is somehow engaged in, like a part of whatever ugly breakup this is that's coming out here. So, and it is a romantic breakup. Like this is, of course, this could apply to a business relationship or something like that, but this is the love eye, right? So it could be that this is saying it's not a romantic union, but it's a union. But either way, you still have the same energy either way, right? So whether it's a romantic breakup or like falling apart of a business situation, it's going to happen very publicly in some kind of way. Technology is going to play a role in it. There's like a little flea or something jumping around here. There it is. Did I get it? No, I didn't get it. Guys, look, can you guys see that? See. There we go. Listen, little creature, I don't want you here, okay? So if you're like jumping around, go be elsewhere, okay? I don't want to kill you, but I will. Spirit of Truth, Love, Prophecy, please tell us more. What's going on here? What do we need to know? Why is this our business? Why? Oh, yeah. This is a broken engagement or a failed engagement. Somebody thought they were going to get engaged, and it's going to go the wrong way. Whether it's some person expecting someone else to pop the question, and instead they get broken up with, or if it's somebody that pops the question and gets a no, okay? But that's where this is going, all right? And it has something to do with stealing intellectual property, it looks like, from some feminine star, and boxing her out, right? Boxing her out. Like I said, it happens to me all the time. Those of us starseeds, y'all know, we go through this every day, okay? So somebody, I don't know how that led, I don't know how boxing you out led to a failed engagement, but somehow it did, right? And there's two good friends that I don't think have met yet are part of the blessing. So, well, I don't know. Oh yeah, people have been doing funny money stuff. People have been doing... Okay, so... Hopes and fears, they hope nobody finds out how they've been playing money games. Somebody's playing funny money games. Protected. They thought this was, they thought this was like foolproof. This fort here. Somebody Somebody could be sick, or somebody could know that they, like whatever they did here with this funny money, they know that they changed their, like it either led to sickness or bad karma, like that. They know they twisted their karma. They thought they were protected, but they're like, oh no, they're trapped inside with this. They're trapped inside. They're trapped inside. They're trapped inside with their karma. Tell us more. How are these things connected? Tell us more. How are these things connected? Spirit of truth, love, wisdom, prophecy. How are these things connected? Because you've changed. Because you've changed. Because you've changed. Oh, did someone try to get you involved in some funny money and make a bind, a soul contract? So okay, maybe you're one of these people, or maybe you're this chief, or maybe the chief turned and stopped being a coward and started being upright. But whatever happened here between this group of people that were, that are now between this arrogance and this treasure, right? Oh, 1 second, sorry. I forgot I put pizza in the oven. Let me get it out for you. Oh, shoot. That's the snacks for Honey Bunny, Doodle. So then she'll be tired and hungry after she walks. All right, guys. So, yeah, wherever you are in this, something about you not getting involved in the funny money games is why you're not bound up in the karma of this. You're not tied to the karma of this. But the people that play these funny money games are tied up in the karma to this. And somewhere it is going to, for some key player in all of this, it's leading to a very public breakup, and an embarrassing public breakup. It's weird. Like, I don't know the connection between stealing from this person and getting a divorce or get somebody breaking up with you, but somehow there is a connection there. And it's just karmic, right? It's like you wanted someone to lose something precious, or you stole something precious to someone else. Now the thing that's precious to you, you have to lose, right? Whatever. So, all right, tell us more. Spirit of truth, love, prophecy, wisdom, Gilgala, friend and master. Right. Yeah, an enemy to the courageous one. So there's beef in the group. All right, so, okay. So maybe that's why it ends up becoming a disaster, because maybe in this group, right, let's say it's like 5 friends or 7 friends or something, and there's a couple and an almost couple and a few other random friends or something, right? And like one of them who's typically like there's a power struggle in the leadership of the group, right? They're beefing. And so somebody who most of the group is used to listening to, the group does not want to listen to this person anymore. The group is listening to the next person that is like, guys, we should not do this. This is not working out good. And they're like, you know what? You're kind of right. So they're going with this other person. So now they're enemies. They're beefing. And it might be that a couple stand on either sides of who they want to listen to. Maybe that's why it's going to lead to this breakup. Right? But either way, this is definitely heading towards a breakup, a divorce or a breakup. And technology has something to do with it, a lot to do with it. So it could be somebody has some weird screenshots and like, oh my God, I didn't know you were doing that. Like, oh my God, I didn't know you were into that, or I didn't know you were that, whatever, gross or mean or something like that comes out. And just, when groups switch allegiances, secrets come out, right? Well, I never told, I thought you were really close with Jen, with Jen, and like, oh, I was, but We've never really been close since 1991. What happened in 1991? Well, there was that time, woo, now you tell like a secret, right? And so like a lot of times that happens and it's just like, ooh, sensational. But when people be pulling out receipts and you get to read the mean stuff people said to each other, or, you know what I'm saying? Like when there's like proof of like, wow, it kind of hits different, right? So if you're dealing with somebody and you think that they're one thing, and then you find out through some social drama that unfolds in your group that they're like a whole pedophile or something, or, you know, a bank robber or something you used to know, you know? And you're like, yeah, no, I'm not into that, you know? And they're like, actually, we are. You're like, yeah, Dad, that's why there's no we. Wow, and look what was hiding over there. I just saw this card over there. Hadn't come out yet. Fade, guys. Faded. And I pulled it out this way, which means somebody's under the wheel. Like somebody is like, it sucks to be somebody right now. Whoever is the person that's getting like toppled from their lofty position, it sucks to be them. Because probably they only did all this to probably impress this person that they want to marry. They probably only got involved with it for that in the first place, and now it's leading to that disappearing anyway. Tell us more. Spirit of truth, love, prophecy, and wisdom. Tell us more. Okay. Okay, what's going on? This is whispers. The whispers, cooperation. Cooperation, who's cooperating? Can you clarify? Cooperation, who's cooperating? Cooperation, who's cooperating? Spirit of truth, love, wisdom, justice, abundance, who's cooperating? Tell us more. Who's cooperating? No more from this deck? Tell us more. Who's cooperating? Somebody's not planning for the future. And there's strategy, this bad strategy. Okay. They're cooperating. They're not planning for the future. They're bad planning for the future. Bad planning. This is bad planning. Because this is like excellence and like attention to detail and all that kind of stuff, right? This way, that's the opposite. And this is planning for the future. And this way, that's the opposite, right? So somebody, how do you cooperate with not planning for the future? Like YOLO energy, maybe? YOLO energy, not planning to be with this person for the future. Not going along with the plan to be with this person for the future. That's what that is. Yeah, the future plan, they're not doing that. So now okay, so it could be wider connected. It could be like, because of this breakup and this weirdness that unfolded within the group, and allegiance is changing up. That could get really karmically messy. Let's just say that. That could be a lot going on there for a lot of people, depending on what they did and why in a situation, right? Where people are stealing stuff, stealing people's creative ideas. And guys, stealing people's creative ideas isn't always like all sensational, you know. It could just be something as simple as like, I don't know, you say, you know what, I'm thinking of putting cranberries in coleslaw. And somebody's like, ooh, that might be good. And so then you never get around to doing it. You just thought of it. But you guys have a potluck at work, and they make coleslaw with cranberries. And everybody's like, oh my gosh, that's so good. Why did you, oh my God, that's so unique. And I only use that because I make really good coleslaw with cranberries. Well, I have once. That was really good. And I haven't made it since, but it was just like one of those things, like, ooh, delicious. So that's just an example, right? So, but for it to be all this fallout, I would say it's probably bigger than that in some kind of way. But I mean, even that, it could be like a big deal, right? Because like, let's say everybody, now you're the person they always want you to bring coleslaw with cranberries to the potlucks, and they've been doing that for like 2 years and making you bring it, and then, they find out, they overhear you talking to me and me being like, So I guess it was a stroke of genius that I thought to put cranberries in coleslaw. And you're like, yeah, I'm so glad I tried it. Thanks to you, you know, great idea. And then somebody overhears it, and they're like, wait, that wasn't your recipe? Like, right? So then it's like embarrassing and stuff like that. And like for a lot of people that might sound like not a big deal, but for people that are clout chasers, it's a really, really, really big deal. Even when something small that you've done that doesn't look good is revealed, right? So, anywho, all right. So people are not cooperating with the plan. Whatever the plans were, they're not cooperating, and that means that there's a romantic breakup and a funny money trail that nobody wants to deal with. Which could be leading to prison, because this is also a prison. Remember, we're bound. A fort can also be a prison. But we'll see. The Spirit of Truth, Love, Prophecy, and Wisdom. Is there more? Spirit of Truth, Love, Prophecy, and Wisdom. Is there more from this deck that you would like to share? Ooh, Father Time. Remember I said somebody could be secure? This is the next one that can sometimes be talking about people being sick. But like it's old man energy, old wise energy. It's like Father God energy, right? It's like the long bearded sage. It's the, the Kung Fu master that meditated for 10,000 years, and, these kind of guys. It's that kind of energy, right? So, when it's twisted and distorted, it can be like sickness, because it's like that masculine energy that is like invasive and will take over. It's like a cancer colonizer kind of an energy. So since that did come up here with this one came out like so, and I mentioned sickness, it could be in there. And it's coming out with fate. And so if it is a sickness, then it's karma. Somebody like, I don't know, I don't have a way to determine if it's like to death or something like that, but whatever it is, it's karma. It's because people was doing whatever they was doing. Fuckery, being cowards. Ooh, generosity. Who's going to be generous? Tell us more about generosity. Tell us more about generosity. All right. Spirit of Truth, Love, Justice, Prophecy, Truth. Truth falling out on the old man card. Distress. Truth. We're talking about amplified distress. Amplified distress over the truth of this Father Time energy, which could be sickness, which that would do it, right? Generosity is connected to it. So if I were to think of how you connect generosity, and like you see generosity fell here with this blessing and these two good friends that haven't met yet, or maybe they've met but they're not close now. Like you see the friendship is, well, I'll keep touching it, messing it up. But you saw it came almost upright, but there's a little glitch there. So it's like, it is two good friends, but it's not quite operating right now as two good friends. But generosity comes there, right? So generosity over here for these two good blessed friends. And then truth, somehow connected to that, truth about this Father Time and this distressing. So this distressing health news. I mean, distressing. Okay, very distressing news. Amplified. This is an amplified Nine of Swords. Tell us more about what's going on here. All right, off the board. So, okay, ooh, cards are rolling. Off the board, way down here in the super subconscious. Temptation. Somebody's tempted? Oh, glory, tempted to do what? I was just asking about generosity. Temptation. Inequality. Over here with this weird breakup. Inequality is part of, well, of course, right? Because if this is divorce, we know inequality is always a part of the plans to not go forward with the future. You start beefing over money, right? Like who gets the house and who, whatever. So that doesn't surprise me. But I don't, okay, generosity in the center, inequality here. or inequity. So somebody's in generosity with this blessing, these two good friends, temptation, upright at that, like point blank temptation to be unfair, to what? Tell me more. This is getting weird. Who's tempted? Who's tempted to be unequal? Somebody who's depraved. These people that do this depraved money stuff. Whoever these depraved money stuff, they're tempted because some generosity. Oh, so maybe they're going to try to work the person or the friends with the blessing or something. Work the we're sick angle. Oh, so-and-so is sick. Please help us. So-and-so is sick. Please help us. Well, you don't have no money for your sickness because you were doing all this depraved shit with your money, right? But it looks like that. Like that. Is that a new angle? Is that a new angle that they're going to try to come after this blessing from the next side? Like they couldn't block it from reaching the two good friends, right? They couldn't block the two good friends and the blessing, the generosity with all this fuckery. They couldn't block it, and so they're trying to go into the future where it's already given and like get it from that side. Wow. And this is way down here. Tempted equity. Tell us more. Spirit of truth and love and blessings. Prophecy. No sabotage. They were unable to sabotage it. They couldn't sabotage something. Somebody couldn't sabotage something. Right, exactly. So now they're going to try to come on the front side and play games. Which, if this is all part of their next new bad plan, this could just be a setup with this breakup. It could just be like making a public breakup so that somebody can move in on whoever's getting this blessing, so they can get it, from the front end now that they've been stopped from taking it from the back end. Tell us, wow. Somebody doesn't want to fight anymore because they're too stressed out over their health. They don't want to fight anymore. So maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's what shifted stuff up in here in the group, right? Maybe that's what humbled this arrogant person. Maybe that's what shifted the whole group because they're too stressed out. They can't be fighting right now. They're too stressed out over their health. They don't have no energy for that. Speak to us, Spirit of Truth. Wow. Benevolence down here. Bound. Ace of Cups down here with this fortress. So this Ace of Cups is on the other side of this safety wall. Okay, so this is a wall of confinement. Whether it has people locked in or locked out, either way. Okay, there's a wall here. This is a fort. And so on one side of the fort, whether it's in or out, okay, is this funny money dealing and this depravity and this twisted spiritual stuff, like bad karma and like devilish energy. And then on the other side of this fort, whether it's in or outside the fort, you've got this Ace of Cups energy, right? Which is like, Ace of Cups is like all bounty, all abundant, it's just overflow, It's overflow energy. So, okay, so this is complicated. Will you clarify? Okay, what else do you need me to know? Just what else do you need us to know? Spirit of truth, love, justice, wisdom. What else do you need us to know? All right, so now some of the players come out. Wow. All right, so this distorted they were trying to block your intuition. They couldn't sabotage and make you depraved. They couldn't get you. They couldn't block your intuition to get you caught up in their shit. They couldn't block your intuition to get you caught up in their shit here. And then what came out that nobody wants to talk about, but is whoever this is, this subject, which is probably this person that's now too sick to want to fight and has switched and thrown off the whole balance of the group because they're too sick. And they probably realize that now that they're sick, they're stupid because now that they're sick, they've used so much energy trying to do this, stealing this little stuff that they know was none of theirs, okay? Intellectual property I'm getting. I feel like this is not money that these people stole. This is intellectual property, and the way that what they've done is they've, like, bastardized it and then, like, did funny money stuff. Like, they did some weird shit here. And, but now they're sick, and they realize that the resources that they used doing this stupid shit, they didn't get any more out of it than they put out. They didn't get any more back than they put out. In fact, they're probably losing because now they're sick. They got to spend money on being sick and energy on being sick, and they're hoping this person is going to be generous because they switched sides in a group or something. And then what was over here hiding is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune has already turned. That's gone over here with cooperation and no planning for tomorrow, or plans for tomorrow that absolutely failed. And this is somebody's advisors, right? Somebody is being advised that whatever you thought you was going to do, it's time to reroute. But not even at this point, it's too late. Like, they're already feeling it. They already know, right? But that's like what, that's what's being discussed in the quiet place. Is like, future, you ain't got no future. Your future is ended, okay? All you have now is an end. And you may as well cooperate because, non-cooperation will be your end. Wow. And people knew. Why do people, you know what, this is the same reading, and we so tired. We so tired, y'all. Why do people still do the same thing? Why do they think that they can, I mean, I guess it works on some people, and they never want to believe that the starseeds are the starseeds. They always want to feel like they're the one that can take them down. And so, oh boy. But it's tiring because these people knew better, but they were so arrogant. Spirit of truth, prophecy, love, and wisdom. Tell me more. What's going on here? Tell us what else we need to know about this crazy situation. I knew they was going to... I told you the dark little spirituality. Here you got your dark magician here, right? You got your witch or your warlock. And again, you got these non-lovers, like these two that don't even love each other. They were just in it for the clout, and now they're not going to be in it for the clout because there's no clout. It sucks. Both of them are like looking crazy. One of them's looking crazy. It's making them both look crazy. So somebody is not getting this plan that they have for the future. Oh shoot, that's where we go. Hold on. It's not happening, yo. Somebody's like, I don't know. Whatever they thought, whether that was whatever they thought they was about to do. Whoever they thought they was about to marry. Oh, he's all thirsty, that's so. Whoever they thought they was going to marry, y'all. They thought they was going to marry somebody. They had a big one. They was like going to seal the deal. It's not happening. That's not happening, y'all. That's not happening. So in this group, you got somebody who's sick. You got a couple that's breaking up. You got a warlock. That's probably the one that's sick. And you got a scammer, at least. And now they fighting because people want to switch sides and stuff because they realize that they all went against the one person that's going to have to be in a position to help them all now that they all made a mess of everybody's lives. And they already know they're in it. They know they're in it, baby. This isn't what's going to happen. No, this is happening now, okay? Unfolding now in a neighborhood near you, okay? Tell us more. And now we see this enemy is upright and courageous, so they're ready to fight. Somebody's getting a second wind to fight. Tell us more. Tell us more. They're tired, I know. I already said that. They're exhausted. That's why they can't sabotage no more. They're tired. People are tired. Everybody's tired. We all tired. We tired of reading it. And exhausted fell right out on top of this drama with this person's health and on these two friends. So, yeah, they're really going to lay it on thick. So, listen, if you are the person whose intellectual property has been stolen in whatever way that looks, they are going to lay it on thick of how you should take care of them, whether that means take them on your team or help. Like, there's a way that they're going to want to, like, lay it on thick that you should be generous and help them because you got a nice little, you sitting on a real bright idea, okay? Whatever that is you're sitting on that they had tried to stole and end up fighting too much. They couldn't even, like, maintain it, couldn't even bring it to pass. All it did was just make their group look crazy. I don't see any kind of fruit of any work here. All I see is somebody else's blessing and some arrogance and some beef within the group. And two friends that haven't come together yet, which is probably what all this was probably just blocking that. So all they did was cause their own. People are so dumb. Now they're about to be viral for the downfall, for the breakup. The breakup's about to be their 15 minutes of fame. I don't understand these people. Well, we got nobody talking about the promise. Look here now. The promise fell out here with this power sharing, right? And on with this magician, right? The warlock. So all they had to do was give credit where it was due. That's all they had to do, was give credit where it was due. And they could have locked into all of this. But no, they want to steal and stuff. They always want to steal. They want to steal. So that what somebody would have gladly given them, they're going to go to jail for stealing and still have to give it back. And then have the nerve to be like, well, can you share with me? Because I am going to be in prison. You put some money on my books. Stop it. I'm sick. Can you at least send me some, I don't know, grade A depends versus grade D. I don't know. I don't know what this person is working with, but it don't feel good. It don't feel nice at all. So we got King and Queen of Cups out here. So that's a couple, but they tried to block this Queen of Cups, right? This is the Queen of Cups that they stole her energy. So this is them trying to block her intuition, right? But the King of Cups is over here fighting with the enemy. So he's out here moving around, and let's see what's going on. Oh, well, you can read, right? Where's this go? Oh, Lord have mercy on the people that couldn't sabotage. That's the end of that. Listen, people could be sick. People could be sick. People are sick. People are breaking up. People are sick. And ish is over. A party is over. Gang, how do they say it? The band is breaking up. This party's over, y'all. This party is over. Arrogance does not get the treasure. Not from the back side, not from the front side. You don't get it, arrogance. Sorry. All you had to do was give credit where it was due. That's all they had to do. That's the difference between plagiarism and not plagiarism. Like, dude, all you had to do was tell people that it wasn't your idea. Yeah, it wasn't my idea. I overheard so-and-so talking about it, and I thought it was a great idea, so I thought I'd bring it to you. I would really like to be a part. Hope you'll let me be a part of bringing it to pass, because I think it's a great idea. And so-and-so is a little shy or wasn't going to mention it to you yet or whatever, but I felt like we should move on it, so I'm bringing it to you myself. But it was so-and-so's idea. This is not hard. Why y'all can't do like that? Why y'all can't do like that? Then y'all run around and pretend that something is yours, and then people latch onto you because they think you're such a creative this or that. And now you got people that's attached to you based on you being somebody you're not. Zara, that pizza in the oven, 2 of them pizzas are for you. But I need you to change your clothes first. Get out of them sweaty school clothes and throw them in the washer. Yeah, so like people being in love with you for something that, supporting you and all hype up about you over something that you ain't. And then when they figure out that you ain't who you said you was, you ain't really a brilliant composer, you ain't really a fashion designer, you ain't really a whatever it is that you ain't really. Now you left with nothing because now you right back where you started, but now you're embarrassed, now you're shamed, now you're exhausted, now you look crazy. That's where somebody's at right now. That's where somebody's at right now. Tell us more, Spirit of Truth, Love, Wisdom, Justice, and Prophecy. Tell us more, Spirit of Truth, Love, Wisdom, Justice, and Prophecy. Is there more? Is there more that you would like to tell us? Love. Love, twisted love, complicated love, weird love. Love. Yeah. Cooperate. Cooperate with this break. Third house out over here are all twisted up. Right? And that's up there with the internet. Right? And third house is communication and the internet. I don't know what y'all about to do on the internet, but somebody's about to be real embarrassed. Somebody's about to be real embarrassed about their breakup on the internet. And somebody's about to be like, well, they ain't love you no way. They only was in it for the treasure that wasn't even yours. So if the treasure ain't yours, they only was in it because they thought you were a talented composer. But now that they know you wasn't a talented composer, they don't have no reason to stay. And there's proof of this that's going to be viral, or the breakup's going to be viral. Communication. That's also like siblings, close networks, if I'm not mistaken, right? That's like your immediate environment, like right around you. So like, your colleagues and everybody's gonna know that either you're the person that was only attached to this person because you thought they were a star, and now you realize that they stole somebody else's star, you're out of there. So people are like, dang, she never loved that person. Or if you're the person who lied and pretended to be something you're not to get the girl and the attention and all of that, and now you're exposed, so you feel stupid, so the girl's leaving and all the fanfare's leaving, whatever. Or maybe you're the person who they done stole from, and all they had to do was do right by you, and a whole little messy kingdom wouldn't be coming down. But either way, people are sick, people are mad, and if you're the starseed with the creative energy there, the one holding the promise, you need to protect yourself because people are sick and people are broke. And they know that you can help them. Except that you should not help them. Okay? You should not help them. You should avoid them and let them figure it out in their own karma. And if you want to help them, pray, I send justice to heal injustice. Okay? That's how you can help them. And if they can get on with that frequency, that's great. This is a really ugly communication. This is a really ugly situation. This whole breakup, this team breaking up, and this whole Breakup is going to be really ugly and embarrassing. I feel bad for somebody. Because somebody's going to look real, it's going to hurt. Somebody really made the wrong freaking choice. You're going to get their little feelings hurt. Whether it's somebody that does, like I said, does a divorce over text, you know what I'm saying? Or just really mean words, you know, stuff. Because people are hurt because you lied. And you know, it is kind of crazy because if the person really liked you, and they might have really liked you if you didn't lie. Maybe they would have just liked whatever is special about you, but you front it. Oh, I'm a great composer. Look at this song I wrote. Stole it from your little sister or your cousin, the person at school. Now they're waiting on you to make a next song. You can't write no next song. And you should have said earlier, I can't write no next song. My cousin wrote that song. They say, oh, he. And then y'all keep kicking it. Nope, that ain't how y'all do things, because y'all don't have integrity. So now y'all fighting each other. And, wow, wintertime, yeah, but. So what does wintertime have to do with this divine and this sharing power and the promise? The promise is coming in the wintertime? Tell us more. Wintertime, sharing power. Or it's been barren and nobody's been sharing power. It caused barrenness. Talk to us, divine. What do we need to know here? This one. Yeah. And we got a mask falling out. I don't know if you guys can see the mask. No more mask, huh? Mask is coming down. Somebody can't keep fake smiling. Winter barrenness. No fake smiling. Something's gone cold. Maybe the opportunity to share the power is dried up. Maybe that, right? We got again with weird health, because sixth house coming out over here with exhaustion, right? And with the group, right? This was the group. This is what's breaking up the power dynamic of the group. And sixth house could be like, sixth house is your everyday routine and stuff, but it can deal with like health, right? Self-improvement, health. Somebody else is sick. Glory, what kind of sick are these people? Somebody's sick, y'all. All right, let me see. We're going to move over here and get a. See what we get over here. Somebody's sick. Don't answer that call. Someone needs to stop resisting. Someone needs to stop resisting. I told y'all. Somebody needs to just cooperate with the fact that some shit is over. What you thought it was going to be is not what it's going to be. Y'all not going to get married and sail off into the sunset and have kids. It's not going to be that. That's not going to happen. Cross some T's and dot them I's. Yes, somebody did not do that. Somebody was... This is the same story. I don't even want to keep reading. Because, like, we know they were messy, right? Y'all was messy. Y'all didn't pay attention to detail because it was so many of y'all doing this, whatever y'all was doing. And now, you messed up. Now you messed up. Because times done changed and people done realized that everything you was pretending to be was stole, and you were so busy living in the fanfare of it, getting all the attention, right, that they forgot to pay attention to the kind of details that will catch them up later. Now they all caught up, losing their girl. They said, well, wrecked plans. We know, and faded at that. This is what happens when y'all do stupid stuff. This is what happens when y'all do stupid stuff. undermining people's little work. People just out there just trying to mind their little business and have a little innovation here or there. Then y'all want to do some mean, stupid stuff all the time. Always stealing, always undermining. And you don't think about how it's going to come back later and deal with you. Now y'all are sick and broke. And you need the very ones that you did the stupid stuff to. And now they can't even help you. It's going to break their heart to not even help you. They got to break their own heart. I just picked it up. They got to break their own heart to not help you because they know they can't help you because you've done so much evil and wickedness that if they help you, all they're doing is sharing your bad karma because there's no way to get you out of your funky karma for parading around. And just for the record, you guys, this is what people talk about when they talk about destiny swap and stealing people's energy and cloaking yourselves in other people's energy. That's what you guys are, that's what this is talking about. You pretend that you came up with something, or you pretend that you were the first to do something, or you pretend that you, whatever. Like, stop that. When are y'all going to realize that being authentic is the way to go, okay? And it's good to be inspired by people, but you give people their props, man, because when you don't, even if it kind of sort of is innocent at first, you know, you learn something, so now you're sharing it, and people are like, wow, you're so deep. And maybe you don't mention where, you know, you got it at first, but when people start to, like, really dig in and want to know more, and you dig your heels in as if you're the originator, like, come on, man, you can't, that's not an accident. That's intentional theft. It's energy stealing, and now you're running around stealing all the adoration that somebody else is due, and it just doesn't. You guys are going to have to understand that energetic scales will be balanced. They have no choice. This realm cannot exist without balance. They will balance themselves out sooner or later, and we are in these last days with these accelerated times. Things do not take forever. It does not take forever and ever to reap no energetic harvest, honey. You will be fooling around and doing some slick stuff and like you doing slick stuff this week, you can hit a wall next week. Today, you could do some slick stuff this morning, hit a wall by lunchtime. Y'all playing games. And you're so busy clout chasing and co-signing each other that y'all don't have the kind of accountability that you need within your friend groups to stop each other from these kinds of disasters. Because the sounds of it, with somebody being sick, devastatingly sick, and it having something to do with a coming soon breakup, a very publicly embarrassing breakup, I don't like the way that sounds for nobody. That don't sound nice. That's not nice. Because you wanted to clout chase, because you wanted to take credit for something somebody else did, because you wanted to be the popular one, you wanted to whatever, you wanted to be the one to get the contract, you wanted, so you did some old foul something, you got in bed with snakes and flea-bitten dogs. We seen a little whatever that little bug, some kind of little flea, a sand flea, something, jump across the board. I didn't know if you guys could see him or not. He was so teeny. Lay down with dogs, you come up with fleas. Y'all play games. Anywho, that's a read. I done cleaned up the cards and I got an attitude. I don't like being in y'all's energy when y'all, I don't like touching in with y'all people out here doing all this wickedness to people. Stop it. We don't want y'all in our energy no more. We're tired of reading for you. Get yourselves together. Get yourselves together. Get out of our energy so we can read for the righteous over here building. Anywho, y'all be easy out here. Take care of each other. Be more accountable, okay? Because y'all sick. People sick now. And y'all brought on yourselves with your shady dealings and your bad movement. Anyhow, I'm Jedi, Empress Jedi, the Rabble Rouser, High Priestess of Ma'at. This has been a Black Enlightenment production here at Black Enlightenment. We're broadcasting consciousness. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been a daily Indinka reading. Maybe I'll do a next one tonight, but I done got irritated, so I'm going to have to do something to cleanse my energy. I don't like reading for you scoundrels, but I guess y'all follow me, so I guess you need this work. I guess you're watching, so I guess you need this work. Stop stealing. Stop lying. Stop pretending. Stop trying to wear other people's essence and steal other people's blessings. Okay? That's the advice for the read. I love y'all. Shalom.